Hi guys, so excuse how I look. It's like what, 12:32 at night. It's like this is my second time of trying to make this video for you guys. It's like I'm stepping out of my comfort zone just to get my story out there for you guys, because like I feel like if anything can help any young parent out there, I'm gonna try to help you out, guys. Like, I know when I was pregnant, I would go on every video to get help, to see what can help me, and I watched every video. So I'm hoping the video I make helps anybody out there that needs help telling parents, or if you're trying to figure out signs of how to know if you're pregnant or not. So I'm going to try to go step by step of how everything went and not try to miss anything, because I haven't been pregnant for about 4 to 5 months now. I gave birth to my baby 4 to 5 months ago. So I'm going to try to get everything in order for you guys so I don't miss anything out for you, okay? So where should I start? I think that, yes, so I was told that I got pregnant January 19th or the 20th of 2019. That's when I got impregnated. So let's talk about how I found out. How your girl found out she was pregnant. Okay, so again, I was 19. I was 19 at the time. It was February. Let's start where I had 2 jobs. Well, basically 1 job, but I helped volunteer at another job for my sister, so I did both. So my first one, I was a manager at Taco Bell, and before I even quit, because I did quit because there was a lot going on, I felt very stressed. Like, I wasn't feeling good the last few weeks. I was moody. I was not feeling it, and I thought it was just the job overpacking me, and I was like, I can't do it no more, because I've been at that job for about 3 to 4 years. So I'm like, maybe it's the job and not me. I don't know. So my last day there, I remember I told my coworkers saying that I think I'm pregnant, and they're like, what? I'm like, I think I'm pregnant right now, but I'm not sure. They're like, well, what you gonna do about it? I said, nothing, because I'm pretty sure I'm not, because every time when I take a pregnancy test, it says no. So I wasn't gonna try, because I'm like, no, it's funny to think that I would be pregnant, okay? So I left Taco Bell February 9th. I remember the day, February 9th. And so I continuously went to the school with my sister to help tutor kindergarteners and stuff. So I remember I was not feeling good. I slept every time after I got done tutoring my one student. I always went to sleep, and I was always hungry. I was hungry so much, but I was very what's the word for it? I was very fatigued. Yeah, I was very fatigued, very sleepy, and I slept everywhere. I just thought I was overworking myself, but I wasn't. And so let's say it was a Monday. Oh yes, it was a Monday, because I went to school with my sister Mondays, Wednesdays, and I think Thursdays too. Either Mondays and Wednesdays, I know I went though. So Monday came, and I was not feeling good at all. I was having back problems. I was having stomach problems. I was cramping. I felt nauseous, but wasn't throwing up, but I just felt nauseous, okay? And so I told my sister that, because we got up around 5, 6 in the morning. We had to be at school. So I told my sister, I don't think I'd be able to make it today, because that's not the first time of me backing out and telling my sister I'm not feeling good, that I can't go. So I was like, something's going on. I felt like I wasn't feeling good. So I told her that I was going to just go see what's wrong with me. So I went to my mom's room, and I told her that I didn't go with my sister, and I said, I think something's wrong. And I told her I think it's my kidneys or something's going on, because, normal basis, I don't drink water. All I drink is soda, so I have problems with that. So I just thought it was something going on with that. I didn't think nothing other than that. So I went to my mom's room. I told her that I won't feel good. Can she take me to the to the emergency room to see what's going on. She was like, okay, she was tired, we'll go later. And so I slept it off. Like, I still didn't really feel good. I felt very slouchy and stuff. So let's say I don't remember what time, but I did tell my mom. It was sometime in the morning, I think. I asked my mom if she could take me, so she told me, how about my boyfriend at the time, how about your boyfriend take you to go? I'm not naming no names. Let's just say that his name is Baby Daddy, okay? Baby Daddy. She said, how about Baby Daddy take you? So I said, okay. So I called Baby Daddy, and he came and dropped me off to the hospital and stuff. He was with me. And I remember when I was telling the doctors what was going on, the first question they asked me was, are you pregnant? I'm like, I just started laughing. I said, no, I come here all the time. I have this problem already, and I think it's that I didn't come here to say that I'm pregnant. He's like, well, man, the signs that you're telling me leads to pregnancy. I'm like, I'm not. Please don't jinx me. That's what I was like to him. Because that was not crossing my mind. Of course, I had my suspicions, but no, I can't be. No, that's what's going through my head. So he's like, can we take a pee test just in case so I can see what's going on? So I was like, okay, go ahead. It's gonna come back negative, so go ahead. Lord have mercy. Was I wrong? Any feeling you get, you better check if you're active, okay? If you're active, you better check it. And you better not second guess nothing. So he came back and he's like, well, it is something with the first thing that you think is going on with you, but you also are pregnant. I looked at him. I was like, I'm pregnant. What? No, I'm not. So I was like, pregnant. And so when he told me that, like, I couldn't really process it. I just looked at her, and I'm sorry, I'm just visualizing everything that happened. So after he told me he left, I broke down crying. I literally broke down. I was in tears, and I looked at Baby Daddy, and I said, I can't be pregnant. Excuse me. I can't be pregnant. I'm only 19 years old. How can I be pregnant? I haven't even finished school. How can I be pregnant? What? I'm not pregnant. He said, my baby daddy was like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I said, I don't want to hear that right now. It's not gonna be okay. What am I gonna tell my parents? That's exactly what I told him. So I had to call my best friend to calm me down. I was hysterical. And my best friend, she thought I was lying because, I always have these scares. But she was like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. She said, girl, how you gonna tell your parents? I'm like, I don't know myself. It's a scary thing. I know. It's scary. And so I left there. I came back home. I remember when I walked in the door, my mom, she had asked me, what happened? What they say? I left out the part where they told me I was pregnant. I just said it was what I thought it was. I'm gonna be okay. So I walked away before she could ask me anything else. Because I didn't want to slip up and say anything. All I knew is I had to get out that house, because if I would have been in the house any longer, I would have slipped up and said something. So the rest of that day, I left with Baby Daddy to spend the whole day with him, to think things over, clear my head. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know if I was gonna ever tell my parents. But I'm like, you have to think they're gonna know, because they're gonna see some difference in you, because they notice things. Or if I should just move out and then tell them. but that wouldn't have worked because I don't. It's you gotta be realistic here. So my only option was to tell them, but my baby daddy was in my ear too because he didn't want to tell his folks either. He was like, no, we gotta tell them at the right time. No. I was like, what is the right time? I need to be checked. I don't even know how far along I am. So, that day passed. The second day, I still didn't say anything. I was scared out of my life. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna say anything. The third day, because I told y'all I go and see my tutor at the school Mondays and Wednesdays. So I was stuck with my sister. So when I went up there that morning with my sister, I was out of it. I wasn't feeling good at all. I was sleepy. I was emotional. And when I looked at my sister, all I wanted to do was burst and crying because I know what she would think. So, when you have something holding at your conscience and it's tearing you apart, you can't hold it. It's like, so... okay, let me see. So I fell asleep, and then when I woke back up, I was not having the time of the day, and so I remember I was sad, and my sister can tell when I'm not feeling good or anything. She can tell. So she kept asking me what's wrong, and I said I was fine. Nothing. It's nothing. I'm fine. Then I started to almost cry, right? So she's like, let's go outside, Keisha. Let's go outside. I don't remember word from word what was said, but she found out I was pregnant. She didn't really know what to say. Really, my sister had nothing to say. She was just shocked and she was disappointed and she was upset. So she was the second person other than baby daddy and my best friend to know. And so, oh, sorry guys. And so, like, I remember, so I sat in her car for a minute. 'Cause she let me sit in her car because I was like crying hysterically. So she was like, when are you gonna tell mom? We can't keep this from her for a long time, and I can't keep this from her. I was like, I don't know. I let me just think on it. It's just happened. Let me just think on it. And so she went back in, and I was just very upset, and I could tell she was not happy at all. But she really was trying to have conversation with me. So I decided to call my cousin because my cousin had a baby, and I thought that she'd try to direct me in the same way, So I called my cousin. I told her. She was shocked, but she was like she'll be behind me. She supports me and stuff like that. That everything's gonna be okay. She was giving me advice to how to tell my mom and everything, and I was like, okay. So after I got off the phone with her, I told my sister that I told my cousin, and she was like, okay, now you're definitely gonna have to tell mom today because you don't want my cousin to tell her aunt and my aunt tell my dad. So I had to say it today before someone else said anything else. But I was like, no, I don't think so. But I was kind of scared. I was like, okay, maybe she would, maybe she wouldn't. I don't know, but I had to say something today. And mind you, the day I told my mom, it was my brother's birthday. That's a fun way to find out that your sister's pregnant on your birthday. So, let's see. So I went home early. I Ubered home, and my brother, he was in the kitchen. I went upstairs. Both of my parents were in their room. My dad was asleep, so I was like, thank you, Jesus. I did not want to tell my dad yet because my dad can't really hold information in like that. I don't want to see his reaction to it, and I don't want to be in the room when he finds out his reaction. So I told my mom to come here, and it was kind of hard taking my mom out the room and everything because she was like, what's going on? She said, is there something wrong with Lisa, my sister? And I was like, no, just come here. It's important. I got something to tell you. So when she came out the room, I closed the door and I said, it's something bad. Something. She said, what's going on? What's going on? And I couldn't really say it, Mom. I mean, I couldn't really say it. I was like I felt like I was about to cry. I said, it's bad, Mom. It's something bad. She said, are you pregnant? That was the second guess. And Lord, I couldn't really say anything. I think I just shook my head or something. And bro, seeing that reaction from my mom, I was scared she was gonna kick me out, bro. Like, that's what everybody's scared of, getting kicked out or so. So my mom was just very emotional. She was very disappointed. She said that my baby, because like I'm the baby of the family. I have like an older sister and an older brother, and I'm the baby. So she's like, not my baby. But at the end, that's when my brother found out too, because I had to literally pull my mom down the stairs because she could barely walk because she was so upset. So when I told her, but that's when my brother found out. And I remember my brother saying, have you thought about adoption? I said, I just found out, and I'm like, I probably wouldn't even think of giving my baby away. I couldn't do it. So after my mom, she wiped her eyes, she hugged me and stuff. She was like, so saying, just at the end of the day, saying that she's gonna be there for me, and things happen, stuff, and then it's not a mistake, that it was a blessing and stuff like that. That my baby's a blessing, even though it's probably not the right time, but you know, got a blessing out of it, you know. But that made me cry because like it's you know, you get that feeling when you feel like you disappointed your parents. So it was upsetting a little bit. So my mom called my sister, and I remember my sister saying, what are we going to do about this? And I was like, we don't believe in abortion over here. So I already knew that. We don't believe in abortion, so I already knew I'm keeping my baby. I already knew that. And so the last person we had to tell was my dad. Lord have mercy. So we told my dad when he went to work, because he worked overnight, so he wasn't home, which was a good thing for me because I didn't want to see my dad's reaction. I'd rather tell him when he's not in the room, because I don't want to see his reaction towards it. And so, brief pause. I got a burp pen. So my mom called my dad. My sister and brother, they were like, oh, they didn't want to be in the house when he found out, even though he wasn't here, guys. They didn't want to be in the house. And so they went to the movies. But when I heard my mom tell my dad, he just said, first thing he said was, let me call you back. That's when I knew he was upset. Because so he called back like 15-20 minutes or 10 minutes later, and he sounded like he was crying. That's when I know that my daddy was hurt. So I think it was like a day or two or so until he talked to me and he hugged me and he said that I'm always gonna be his baby. So that's how I found out, and that's how I told my parents and my folks. So after my family knew, that's when everybody else started to know, and I'm pretty sure there were some negative comments there, but not that I've heard any, but I'm pretty sure there was, which is okay, I understand. But there were some positive comments, because you gotta think about my age when I got pregnant. So I'm still young, guys. I'm still young. So that's basically just how I found out and how I told my parents. I'd advise anybody else out there that's going through this right now and don't know how to tell your parents, or you're young, just do it. You don't know what could happen. Don't judge them. Don't judge them until you know. You might be scared they might kick you out or something. I'm clarifying something, so if you see two different scenes, I'm adding something in that I messed up on. Okay, guys? So, like I said, if you're scared of getting kicked out, you know your situation better than I ever could. If you feel unsafe to tell your parents or anyone about how you feel when you feel about being pregnant, it's okay. Carrying a life is a very powerful thing. In my situation, I had parents that was very disappointed and upset, but they supported me. If you go do something different, I only pray that in time things will heal for you, and a baby will heal anything when they come into life, okay? So I advise you just to give things time, carry that beautiful bundles of joy the best you can. When I found out I was pregnant, I was about 2 months pregnant when I found out. I was 2 months. So I didn't know I was pregnant for about 2 months. So that's my story. If you guys want to know more about how my pregnancy went or how my birth went, just tell me. I'm just gonna make the videos anyways, but just tell me. And if you want advice or just to talk, leave comments and like the video, please. And just stay tuned for more. Please subscribe to my channel, and you'll get to follow me more, guys. So, and I'm sorry the quality is bad. It's just it'll get better as soon as I learn more. So, thank you guys for watching and clicking the video. I hope y'all do well in y'all's journey, or if you are trying to conceive or anything, I wish y'all well. Bye.